the golden ticket to a life of joy, admiration, and fulfillment. Society tells us over and over again that success is the pinnacle of human existence. We're constantly bombarded with messages that it's the one thing we should chase above all else. The singular goal that, once achieved, will magically unlock everything we've ever wanted. It's the dream we're all sold, the shining promise that waits for us at the end of a long and winding road, offering happiness, peace, and a deep sense of fulfillment. We're told that if we work hard enough, push ourselves further than anyone else, and climb higher than our peers, success will be our reward. We're led to believe that once we reach that mythical place, once we finally grasp this elusive treasure, our lives will be perfect. All of our problems will dissolve, and suddenly, we'll become the person we've always wanted to be. We'll be admired by others, respected for our achievements, and most importantly, we'll feel an unshakable contentment within ourselves. Sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? But what if I told you that everything you've been taught about success is a lie? What if the narrative we've been sold, the one that everyone seems to follow without question, has been nothing more than an illusion? What if the definition of success that we chase so relentlessly is actually a cleverly constructed trap? A mirage that always seems just within reach but dissolves into thin air the moment you think you've finally caught it? Think about it. We've all seen people who, by society's standards, have made it. They have the money, the fame, the power, everything that we're told constitutes success. Yet so many of them still feel empty, lost, or unfulfilled. They've reached the peak, but instead of feeling victorious, they find themselves standing on shaky ground, wondering if the journey was even worth it. Could it be that the very concept of success we've been taught to idolize is, in fact, the very thing holding us back from true happiness? We live in a world where the concept of successful success has been handed to us on a silver platter, pre-packaged and ready to consume. It's a definition that's been carefully constructed over time, one that tells us success is something you can see, touch, and most importantly, buy. It's measured by the size of your house, the bigger, the better. It's determined by the car you drive, ideally something sleek, fast, and expensive, something that makes heads turn as you pass by. It's reflected in your bank account, a figure so large that you could spend lavishly for a lifetime and still never see the bottom. This image of success is everywhere. We're constantly bombarded with images of luxury. Celebrities flaunting their wealth, influencers showcasing their perfect lives, ads telling us what we need to buy to finally be someone. We're taught that these material markers are the ultimate destination, the pinnacle of achievement that we should all aspire to reach. Society doesn't just present this vision of success, it practically drills it into our heads. From a young age, we're taught that these are the boxes we must check to make it. We're told that if we just work hard enough, if we hustle, grind, and sacrifice, we'll get there, and when we do, we'll have finally won the game of life. The promise is that with wealth comes happiness. With luxury comes admiration. With a full bank account comes peace and fulfillment. It's the ultimate goal, right? The end game. The moment when we can finally sit back, relax, and bask in the glow of our accomplishments. But let me ask you, what happens after you get it all? What happens when you've done everything society has told you to do, and you've acquired every material thing you were promised would make you happy? What happens when you stand in that enormous house, or sit behind the wheel of that flashy car, or glance at your overflowing bank account, and yet, something still feels off? Why is it that so many people who seem to have it all, those we idolize, the celebrities, the millionaires, the moguls, still find themselves feeling lost? Why do they, despite checking every box that was supposed to guarantee happiness, often struggle with a deep, gnawing sense of emptiness? Think about it. We're surrounded by stories of those who have reached the top only to realize that the view isn't what they expected. We hear about the actors, musicians, and entrepreneurs who, despite their fame and fortune, openly talk about their struggles with anxiety, depression, or a sense of purposelessness. They have everything that society tells us we should want, and yet, many of them are still searching for something more, something deeper, something that money can't buy. So why is it that those who've achieved this so-called dream often feel unfulfilled? Could it be that this version of success we've all been chasing was never really the answer to happiness in the first place? it raises a crucial question. What if we've been sold a lie? What if the pursuit of material success, while seductive, is just a distraction from the things that truly matter? Maybe the real tragedy isn't that some people fail to reach this vision of success, but that so many people do, only to find themselves feeling more lost than they were when they started. Could it be that this societal image of success, the one built on wealth, status, and external validation, was never designed to bring us true fulfillment? You see, the problem isn't with success itself. Success, in its truest form, can be one of the most beautiful and fulfilling experiences in life. It's a reflection of growth, learning, and overcoming challenges. The issue, however, lies in the way we've been conditioned to understand success. We've been sold a narrow, incomplete definition. A definition that tells us success is a final destination, an endpoint, a finish line you cross where all of life's problems magically dissolve. It's the moment when you're supposed to feel complete, as though everything in your life has suddenly fallen into place just because you've reached a particular milestone. The big house, the fancy car, the six-figure salary, these are the markers society tells us will bring ultimate contentment. But let's take a moment to really think about that. How many people have we seen, heard of, or even know personally who have seemingly reached the top of that mountain? Those who have checked off every box on the traditional success list, only to find themselves feeling more lost, more disconnected, or more unfulfilled than ever. Why is it that people who, by all outward appearances, have made it still struggle to find lasting happiness? The answer lies in the truth that no one talks about. Success, as we've been taught to understand it, is not the answer to lasting fulfillment. The truth is that real success isn't about how much money you make, how many followers or likes you accumulate on social media, or what kind of prestigious title you hold in your career. Yes, those things can bring a temporary sense of satisfaction, a fleeting high of achievement, but they are not the keys to true, lasting happiness. The satisfaction that comes from external achievements fades quickly, leaving you chasing the next big thing, the next promotion, the next recognition, in an endless cycle that never truly fills the void. You might feel good for a moment, but then what? The emptiness creeps back in, leaving you questioning what it was all for. Real success goes so much deeper than what the world tells us. It's not defined by a number in your bank account, a title on your office door, or the things you can buy. True success is about progress. It's about the internal journey, the little victories that no one else sees, the personal milestones that inch you closer and closer to the person you truly want to become. It's not about public recognition. It's about those private moments where you realize how far you've come, the growth you've experienced, and the challenges you've overcome. Success is about waking up with a sense of purpose, with a fire in your heart, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to something meaningful, something that aligns with your deepest values and passions. It's about living your life in alignment with what truly matters to you, not what the world says should matter. At its core, success is about growth. It's not about reaching some arbitrary endpoint where you're suddenly done or complete. It's about the person you become in the process, how you evolve, how you adapt, and how you transform as you move through life's challenges, struggles, and triumphs. Every setback you face, every obstacle you overcome, every time you pick yourself up and keep going, that's where real success lives. It's in the resilience you build, the wisdom you gain, and the inner strength that develops as you push beyond your comfort zone. So, when you think about success, don't think about it as a destination. Think about it as a journey, one that's marked by continuous learning, growth, and self-discovery. It's not about arriving at a place where you can say, "I've made it." It's about living a life that's full of purpose and passion, a life where you're constantly striving to become the best version of yourself. Because in the end, that's the only success that truly matters. True success isn't a destination, a final point where everything magically clicks into place, leaving you feeling complete and content for the rest of your life. That's the story we've been sold. But in reality, success is found in the journey, in the everyday moments that often go unnoticed. It's not about waiting to reach some lofty peak where suddenly all the puzzle pieces of life fit together perfectly. Real success is woven into the fabric of your daily grind. It's in those quiet nights when you're working late, not for the applause or the recognition, but because you're passionately pursuing a dream that matters to you. Those late-night efforts, when no one else is watching, when the world is asleep, are where the seeds of true success are sown. It's in those unseen moments of persistence, the small steps you take toward your goals, even when the road is hard, even when doubt creeps in. True success shows itself in your resilience, the strength you find when you're staring down obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. It's in those moments when you're knocked down by failure, disappointment, or unexpected challenges, but you choose to stand back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. It's about how you handle setbacks, how you adapt and grow through adversity, and how you refuse to give up on yourself, no matter how tough things get. Every time you rise after a fall, every time you push through hardship, you're proving to yourself that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about mastering the art of bouncing back, stronger and wiser than before. And then there are those quiet moments of reflection, moments where you pause to look back and truly take in how far you've come. You begin to see the distance between where you started and where you are now. In those moments, you realize that success isn't just about achieving the big goals or hitting the milestones society celebrates. It's about the person you've become along the way. It's in how much you've learned, how you've grown, and how you've steadily transformed into a better, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. That inner growth, the way you've stretched beyond your limits and evolved, is the real measure of success. The lie we've been sold is that once you reach the top, whether it's in your career, your relationships, or in some predefined societal version of success, that's it. You've made it, you're done. It's as if reaching the summit means you can finally relax and stay there, basking in your accomplishments. But life isn't about standing still at the top of a mountain. It's not about reaching a single point and declaring, "I've arrived," as if the work is over. The truth is, the top isn't the final chapter. It's just a moment in time, a brief pause in your journey. Life is about the climb, not the destination. It's about taking one step at a time, steadily moving upward, continually pushing yourself to rise higher, to grow, and to keep becoming better. It's not about resting on your laurels once you've achieved something. It's about always striving for more, not in terms of material wealth or external validation, but in terms of your own personal evolution. The top, whatever it may represent to you, is never the end. It's simply a checkpoint, a marker along a much larger, lifelong journey. And as soon as you reach that peak, you'll realize that the real magic wasn't in standing at the top. It was in the climb itself. The true beauty of success is found in the struggle, in the process, in the lessons learned along the way. It's in the strength you build as you face challenges, the knowledge you gain through experience, and the transformation that occurs as you continue to push forward, day after day. The climb shapes you. It molds you into a person capable of even greater things. So don't fixate on reaching the top. Embrace the climb, because that's where the real value of success lies. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey of continuous growth, learning, and self-discovery. And that journey is where you'll find the true fulfillment that lasts far longer than any moment at the summit ever could. I want to share something real with you today, something that most people don't talk about openly. You won't hear this from the people who constantly push the glamorous side of success, the shiny, polished version we see on social media and in the stories of those who seem to have it all together. We often look at these success stories, don't we? The ones who seem to live perfect lives, surrounded by wealth, fame, and the admiration of everyone around them. And it's so easy to get caught up in that, to think to ourselves, if only I had what they have, I'd be happy too. It's a natural assumption. We start to believe that if we could just switch places with them for a day, if we could walk in their shoes and live their life, everything would finally fall into place for us. All our problems would melt away, and we'd finally feel that sense of fulfillment we've been chasing. But here's the thing, what we see on the outside is rarely the full story. It's easy to look at someone's outward success, their wealth, their fame, the way people seem to admire them, and assume that must mean they're completely fulfilled on the inside. It's easy to believe that their external success automatically equals internal happiness. But the truth is often very, very different. What we don't see, what's hidden behind the perfectly curated images and the applause, is that many of those same people, the ones who appear to have it all, are still struggling with an emptiness they can't quite shake. They've reached the top, They've achieved the dream that so many of us think will bring us lasting happiness. They've ticked every box society tells us we need to check. They've got the big house, the fancy car, the recognition, the fame. And yet, despite all of that, they find themselves asking a haunting question. Is this really all there is? They're standing at the summit of what looks like ultimate success, but instead of feeling fulfilled, they're left wondering why the view from the top feels so hollow. Why, after accomplishing everything they set out to achieve, they're still searching for something deeper. The problem isn't that they're not successful by society's standards. In fact, by the world's definition, they've made it. The issue is that they've been chasing the wrong version of success. They've been chasing the image of success that the world tells us to pursue. The material trappings, the status symbols, the things we're taught will bring us validation and admiration. But that image of success is just that, an image. It's a surface-level projection that doesn't address what's really going on inside. And here's the reality that often gets overlooked. Success isn't something you achieve on the outside. It's not a destination you reach by accumulating wealth or recognition. It's not about how many people admire you or how much money you have in the bank. Real success is something much more profound. It's something you build from within. It's a feeling, a deep-rooted sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from living a life aligned with your values, your passions, and your truth. It's not a trophy you can hold in your hand or an object you can point to and say, "This is success." Instead, it's a state of being, a sense of inner peace that grows as you walk your own path in life, facing your challenges and learning from your experiences. True success is a personal journey, not a public display. It's shaped by your struggles, your growth, and the lessons you learn along the way. It's not something society can define for you. It's something you define for yourself. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be, not just achieving the things the world tells you to achieve. And often, the most successful people, in the truest sense of the word, are those who've learned to let go of society's narrow definitions of success. They're the ones who've stopped chasing external validation and instead focus on what brings them true fulfillment on a deeper, more personal level. When we shift our focus from what the world says we should have to what we truly need to feel whole, that's when we start to experience real success. It's not about having the things society tells us to desire. It's about being the person we're meant to be, about feeling a sense of contentment and purpose no matter where we are on the journey. Success is a process, not a prize. It's not something you can measure in dollars or Instagram likes. It's something that evolves with you as you grow, learn, and become more in tune with your authentic self. So, let go of the lie that success is something external you need to chase. Realize that the success you're looking for already lives inside you, waiting to be discovered and nurtured on your own unique journey. The world around you constantly tells you to aim for the destination, to set your sights firmly on that shiny end goal and do whatever it takes to get there. We're conditioned to believe that success is about reaching a certain point, hitting milestones, and achieving a specific outcome. But I'm here to challenge that prevailing idea, to invite you to reconsider what success really means. I want to encourage you to fall in love with the process itself, to immerse yourself in the journey rather than being fixated solely on the result. It's so easy to get caught up in the pursuit of successful success, the kind that's measured by superficial standards like wealth, status, and public recognition. But I promise you, true fulfillment lies elsewhere. Real success is about waking up every day, regardless of the challenges you might face, and choosing to put in the hard work, the dedication, and the effort that your dreams demand. It's about showing up day after day, even when no one else is watching, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. It's about embracing the grind, finding joy in the hustle, and discovering purpose and meaning in each and every effort you make. It's not just about the final achievement, but about every step you take along the way. The truth is, success isn't found in one grand moment of achievement that comes out of nowhere and transforms everything in an instant. Instead, it's found in the quiet moments, the small victories that might go unnoticed by the outside world, but mean everything to you. It's in the lessons learned along the winding path, the experiences that shape you, and the growth that comes from overcoming obstacles. Each day, as you dedicate yourself to your craft, you infuse it with passion and creativity. That passion is what fuels your journey and makes it worthwhile. It's also about the discipline you apply to your dreams, the commitment to continuously improve, to learn, and to adapt. Real success demands perseverance, that steadfast determination to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough, when setbacks threaten to derail you. It's in those moments of doubt and difficulty that your true character shines through. The process, the journey itself, is where you'll find the essence of real success. It's where you'll uncover who you truly are, what you're genuinely capable of, and the deeper reasons behind why you're doing what you do. When you embrace the journey, you start to appreciate every step, the victories and the challenges, the highs and the lows. Each experience adds richness to your life, teaches you something new, and helps you to grow. You begin to see that the journey is not just a means to an end, but an integral part of who you are becoming. So instead of rushing towards that distant goal, take the time to savor the process. Dive into your work with enthusiasm and curiosity, and you'll discover that real success isn't a destination you reach, but a way of being you cultivate along the way. It's about building a life that reflects your true self and brings you joy in the everyday act of pursuing your passions. In the end, it's not just about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. Embrace the journey, and you'll find that the destination takes care of itself. So, I urge you, stop measuring your life by someone else's definition of success. It's so easy to fall into the trap of comparing your journey to the journeys of others, to look at their achievements and feel like you're falling short. But this kind of comparison is not only unproductive, it can be deeply damaging. Instead, I encourage you to start living on your own terms, to carve out your own path that reflects who you are and what truly matters to you. Your success isn't a lie, and it becomes clearer when you understand that it's not about accumulating material things or seeking external validation from others. True success is about who you become along the way. It's about the growth you experience, the evolution of your character, and the journey of discovering your own unique sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's about embracing your individuality and recognizing that your path is distinct, with its own set of challenges and triumphs. Forget the idea of successful success. That's merely a mirage, a fleeting illusion that reflects society's narrow and often unrealistic standards of what it means to make it. This notion is constructed on superficial benchmarks, wealth, status, fame, that can lead you to chase after goals that don't resonate with your true self. Real success, your success, cannot be confined to these shallow definitions. It's built on authenticity, on a deep-rooted passion for what you do, and on the continuous process of growth that unfolds as you navigate your journey. It's about living in alignment with your core values, doing work that feels meaningful to you, and finding joy in the everyday moments of progress, however small they may seem. It's those moments of dedication, the effort you invest in your passions, and the little victories you celebrate along the way that define your success. And that, my friends, is no lie. That is the truth about success. It's not about fitting into a mold or achieving a checklist that someone else has created. It's about honoring your own path and understanding that success is a deeply personal journey. When you embrace this truth, you'll find that real fulfillment comes from within, not from the expectations of others or the standards set by society. You'll start to recognize that the journey itself, with all its ups and downs, is what truly enriches your life and shapes your unique definition of success. So take a moment to reflect on what success means to you. What are the values that guide you? What brings you joy? As you move forward, remember that your success story is yours to write. Embrace it, own it, and celebrate the person you're becoming along the way. Don't miss out on the opportunity to elevate your journey. Subscribe to NRB Motivate for more insightful content designed to help you unlock your true potential. Together, we can embark on a transformative journey where we challenge the conventional definitions of success and explore what it truly means to live a fulfilling life. Let's redefine success together, embracing a mindset that celebrates growth, authenticity, and the unique paths we each walk. Join our community, and let's inspire one another to reach new heights and create a life that resonates with our deepest values and aspirations.